Mindfulness means learning how to be with your thoughts, your feelings, and surroundings in a curious and open way. It's about learning to be in the moment and becoming more self-aware. Being mindful of the present moment allows us to pay attention to what's going on around us instead of getting stuck in the past or worried about the future. The truth is, the only moment we have control over is now. So, when we notice and observe our now beliefs, emotions, and situations, it can help us decide how best to be in the now moment. The cool thing about mindfulness is, with practice, it can strengthen our brains while providing us with lots of healthy benefits. Mindfulness helps us connect with our feelings and control our emotions, allowing us to handle our feelings of worry, upset, and sadness while becoming more joyful, happy, and calm. This then boosts our immune system for a healthy mind and body. It also increases our focus and attention to be active learners and avoid saying and doing those unexpected behaviors. In the end, being mindful strengthens our ability to demonstrate care and compassion for others. This makes for healthier relationships and happier schools and homes. Let's now take a closer look at how mindfulness works using the flower garden as our analogy. In a garden, each flower, while different, is uniquely beautiful. As we become more mindful and self-aware, it'll become easier to understand and appreciate ourselves and others. We all have our own unique set of flower petals or identities that shape who we are, making each of us our own special flower. When we learn to enjoy being in the garden with all different kinds of flowers, we bloom the room for all to enjoy. For starters, let's observe how flowers practice being in the moment. Even flowers watch and notice what's going on around them. They may count ants on the ground or ladybugs on leaves, or take in the fresh air to stay focused on the now. We can do that too by practicing mindful moments like counting, coloring, and concentrating on breathing. This helps us stay connected to the present moment. Focusing on mindful breathing can help us take control of our thoughts and emotions. When we slow our breath, we can reduce feelings of stress, worry, and anger to create a sense of calm. Let's try our rainbow breathing technique right now. Starting on one side of the rainbow, begin to breathe in slowly. As you reach the top of the rainbow, begin to breathe out slowly. Do this with me for each of the colors in the rainbow. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. One more time. Breathe in and out. We can also use our breath to create more energy and focus. Let's try our lightning breathing technique. Take a deep breath in through your nose and then breathe out the air really fast through your mouth with lots of force, like a lightning bolt. Like this. Try it with me. Great job! Do you feel any different? With time, I bet you will. Try one of our other mindful breathing exercises in your Mindful Moments journal and see for yourself. Okay, back to our garden. Flowers, just like us, can't flourish on their own. They need lots of help from the sun, the rain, and their garden friends to bloom. The sun is what helps flowers learn to find gratitude for what's good in their life. When we are grateful for all we are, all we have, and for all the events and people in our life, it can help us demonstrate compassion and kindness for others. This means recognizing that the world doesn't just revolve around you. We all need to look out for each other, helping when we need to, and spreading kindness because we want to. Now on to the rain. Rain helps flowers grow and find self-love for themselves as they drink up each raindrop that lands on their petals. Self-love means taking care of our happiness and finding joy. It's going easy on ourselves when we make mistakes and doing our best to make good choices and take care of ourselves each day. We can do this by recognizing our strengths and focusing on the positives that make us unique. And from time to time, when the rain comes down too hard with challenging life situations, we can use our umbrellas to protect ourselves. Our umbrella can act like coping skills that help us to stay safe and feel calm. Coping skills like counting, breathing, listening to music, reading our book, writing in our journals, going for a walk, snuggling with our pets, chatting with our go-to people, or visualizing our happy place can help us to stay at peace until the storm passes. Okay, now that we're getting the right amount of sun and rain, let's see how mindfulness can support how we notice and observe our thoughts, emotions, and surroundings. We can call on our garden friends, the owl, the butterfly, and the eagle to support us in this process. Like a wise owl, we can learn to notice and observe the thoughts and beliefs that come to our mind. The wise owl is like an investigator in that it watches over what we think, gathering all the evidence without jumping to conclusions or passing judgment. It's just there to witness our thoughts so we can better decide what to say and do. We can find our inner wise owl by observing the thoughts that pop in our thinking brains as if they are passing clouds in the sky. They can be puffy clouds or dark clouds. It doesn't matter. We just notice them as they pass by. These are our thoughts and beliefs that move through our thinking brain. When we observe these thoughts and beliefs like a wise owl, we can choose which ones are helpful and which ones are not. The wise owl helps us sharpen our social filter to decide what is best to say and do with our thoughts. It can remind us to use our positive inner coach to get through life with a growth mindset instead of our inner critic that keeps us stuck. We can also call on our garden friend, the butterfly, to help us label our feelings and recognize how these emotions show up in our bodies. Remember, there are no good or bad feelings. They are just feelings. Feelings are a part of life, and we shouldn't try to avoid having feelings that make us feel uncomfortable. Discomfort is an experience that happens from time to time, and we want to learn how to work with that discomfort instead of masking or avoiding it. That does no one any good and often leads to behaviors like throwing rocks at or burning up our gardens, damaging ours and others' flowers along the way. Uh-oh. Instead, we can learn to flutter with our feelings like a butterfly does as it moves from flower to flower, not getting rattled by what's going on around it. Even when it feels worried, upset, or uncomfortable, it just flurries away with no need to sting like a bee or roar like a lion. It just moves around, handling its feelings and emotions until it passes. We can also learn to flutter with our feelings and emotions instead of reacting to them in ways that harm the garden's flowers. Our inner butterflies can help activate our dolphin mode so we can learn to respond to life in a way that keeps us and others living in a happy life. When we are in dolphin mode, we are good at responding, not reacting, to everyday situations. We are skilled at building relationships, sharing space with others, problem solving, and finding ways to enjoy life. When we show up in dolphin mode, it invites others to do the same. Imagine how our garden would flourish when we can connect to others with compassion and kindness, even when things get tough or when we disagree. This is the space where collectively we can make significant changes in the world that embrace and benefit all beings, big and small. We can also call on our ego senses to be more mindful of what's going on around us. This helps us stay in the present moment. This means having sharp senses about what we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. Eagles have very keen insights and know how to pay attention to each detail around them so they can make wise choices and enjoy living in their environment. We can sharpen our eagle senses by practicing mindfulness and noticing what we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. When we are more mindful of our surroundings, we can stay connected to each moment. This helps us to pay attention and focus on what's going on around us. In the end, like a flower, with help from our sun, the rain, and our garden friends, we can find that each moment is a new one to enjoy each day. We can learn to let go of the past and wait for the future, embracing the present moment more mindfully. When we do this, we'll be ready to face all that life has to offer us.